I see her rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots and a sex.
TOPRAK started the race from 18th on the grid. A position that was certainly far from ideal for a rider known for his aggressiveness and exceptional ability to fight through the pack. Many expected TOPRAK to struggle to break into the points, given the current tight MotoGP competition. However, the reality on the track proved otherwise. The result may not look spectacular on paper. However, for Yamaha, it was a very positive sign. Climbing 6 positions in a highly competitive race demonstrated a significant improvement in performance. Furthermore, TOPRAK was able to maintain consistent pace, while many other riders experienced performance declines due to tire degradation and demanding track conditions. What made this result even more interesting was the news that Yamaha had brought the latest version of their V4 engine project specifically for TOPRAK Razgatlioglu. The engine, which had been intensively developed for the past few months, was finally starting to show signs of progress in real-life racing conditions. For the past few seasons, Yamaha has been known as a manufacturer that has consistently used the inline-4 engine configuration. However, the increasingly dominant MotoGP competition, with the V4 engine, required Yamaha to make major changes. The V4 project became one of their biggest investments to catch up with their rivals. TOPRAK himself was one of the most active figures in providing input in the development of the new motorcycle. As a rider with a unique riding style, extreme braking ability, and extensive experience in World Superbike, Yamaha considered TOPRAK's input invaluable in shaping the character of their future motorcycle. In Hungary, positive signs began to emerge. The motorcycle's corner exit speed appeared to be better than in previous races. Acceleration also appeared more aggressive, allowing TOPRAK to attack areas that had previously been Yamaha's weak points. In some sectors, his times even competed with the top 10. TOPRAK also appeared much more comfortable on the bike throughout the weekend. He was able to execute his trademark maneuver several times, braking deeply before entering a corner. This indicated that his confidence in the new motorcycle package was starting to grow. Here's the full news. The 2026 Hungarian MotoGP will probably not be remembered as a race that yielded victory for Yamaha. There were no riders with tuning fork logos standing on the podium. There were no big parties in the blue paddock. But for those who understand how a major MotoGP project is built, this race at Balaton Park could be one of Yamaha's most important weekends in recent years. Amidst the spotlight focused on the top riders, TOPRAK Razgatlioglu quietly produced something very interesting. His final result may have been 12th place. But that number doesn't tell the true story of what happened throughout the race. TOPRAK started the race from 18th on the grid. A very difficult position for a MotoGP rookie, still adapting to the characteristics of the world's fastest prototype bike. From that starting position, the chances of breaking into the top 10 looked slim. Furthermore, the Hungarian track is known for being quite technical, with several areas that make overtaking difficult. Many observers predicted that TOPRAK's race would simply be a struggle to secure a few points. Some even predicted he would finish in a position not much different from his starting position. However, as soon as the red light went out, TOPRAK immediately displayed the fighter mentality that made his name so famous in World Superbike. From the very first lap, the Turkish rider made his move. He wasn't reckless. He didn't force any dangerous maneuvers. Instead, he capitalized on every opportunity that arose. Several riders were passed by hard braking before corners, something that had become a hallmark of his racing for years. Interestingly, TOPRAK wasn't just able to overtake, he was also able to maintain his rhythm after passing his opponents. In previous races, he had often been seen overtaking, but then struggling to maintain speed due to the bike's characteristics not yet fully suited to his riding style. In Hungary, the situation was different. Lap by lap, TOPRAK looked increasingly confident. The gap to the group ahead continued to narrow. In some sections, his speed even appeared very competitive with the riders in the top 10. Data analysts monitoring the race began to realize that Yamaha was bringing something new. Attention then turned to a project that had been the talk of the MotoGP paddock for months: Yamaha's new V4 engine. For the past few seasons, Yamaha has been under immense pressure. Ducati has dominated with the power of its V4 engine. KTM continues to develop. Aprilia is a real threat. Even Honda, which had previously been struggling, is starting to show signs of revival. Amidst this competition, Yamaha remains the only manufacturer that still maintains the inline-4 concept as its primary identity. This concept does have its advantages. The bike is smoother, easier to control, and has a friendly cornering character. However, modern MotoGP has evolved in a different direction. The need for high power, brutal acceleration, and aerodynamic performance has made the V4 engine the choice of almost all manufacturers. Yamaha finally realized that major changes were necessary. They began developing a very ambitious V4 project. A project that is being touted as Yamaha's biggest investment in the modern MotoGP era. And in that project, TOPRAK Razgatlioglu is one of the key figures. TOPRAK's presence wasn't just about speed. Yamaha needed a new perspective. They needed a rider who could provide input that differed from what they had previously had. TOPRAK came with extensive experience as a superbike world champion. He has a unique riding style. He's very strong under braking. He's very aggressive when entering corners. He's known for being able to sense even the slightest changes in the bike's character. TOPRAK's input has been one of Yamaha's main weapons during the V4 development process. According to various sources circulating in the paddock, the latest version of the V4 engine brought to Hungary is the result of intensive testing over the past few months. Yamaha engineers sought to improve acceleration without sacrificing the bike's stability, which has long been their strength. The results are starting to show. When exiting slow corners, TOPRAK's bike appears to have more power than before. On the straights, the speed loss to the Ducati and KTM is also noticeably smaller. The difference may not be noticeable to casual spectators. But at the MotoGP level, even a fraction of a second can drastically change a rider's position. Telemetry data shows that TOPRAK is able to maintain a more consistent pace throughout the race. This is an important factor. It was reported that the latest developments not only provided additional power, but also helped improve tire management and power distribution. One of Yamaha's biggest problems in recent seasons has been the difficulty maintaining performance when tires began to lose grip. However, in Hungary, TOPRAK was able to maintain his rhythm until the final laps. That's what allowed him to keep pushing forward. While some riders began to lose pace, TOPRAK was still able to attack. While others began to focus on maintaining position, he continued to look for opportunities to overtake. This struggle ultimately led him to climb 6 positions to finish 12th. For other teams, 12th place might not mean much. But for Yamaha, the result felt like a small victory. Because what they were looking for now wasn't just the final result, but proof that their V4 project was moving in the right direction. And Hungary provided that proof. After the race, the atmosphere in the Yamaha garage was reportedly much more positive than in previous races. The engineers were satisfied with the data they had collected. They saw marked improvements in several key areas that had previously been the bike's weaknesses. TOPRAK also provided very positive feedback. He felt the bike was more responsive during acceleration, more stable when changing direction, and most importantly, it better supported his aggressive riding style, which has long been his trademark. Feeling comfortable is crucial for a racer.
I see her rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots and a sexy body full of tats. Baby's bad, oh